Alright guys, so this is another Patreon request from this time Jesse Brown, who asked me to do another thumbs up, thumbs down. But instead of for Injustice, this time around we're going to be doing for guest characters for the game Killer Instinct. Now, I haven't really talked about Killer Instinct, which is sad because I really enjoy that game. So this is kind of a neat way to do like a neat little intro into like me doing more Killer Instinct games. Now, talking about more about Killer Instinct. Now, for those who didn't see the other video, that was for Injustice. That one involved me giving like thumbs up and thumbs down for like my thoughts on characters for Injustice. Like if I find them worthy, or do I think they would work, or would I don't, or if I don't think they would work. So that's kind of what we're doing here. That's what we're doing with this series. So that's what we're gonna do here. Now let's get started. So let's start off with the first character, and our first character for this is Crash Bandicoot. I give it thumbs up. Thumbs up for Crash Bandicoot and Killer Instinct. I mean, you had Rash from Battletoads in there. It wouldn't be too hard to have, Crash in there too. And it'd be kind of nice to have some more Crash Bandicoot stuff. We are coming up on an anniversary year, I'm just saying. And I do think his theme and just how he plays, I think would be I think it would transition very well to a fighting game. And I don't think we've ever had Crash Bandicoot in a fighting game, at least to my knowledge. So I say yeah. Next up, we have Corvo from Dishonored. Corvo is, I'm going to say a thumbs up, even though, while it's funny, I do have the Dishonored game, I haven't played a lot of it. But I will say why I think Corvo works as a character in Killer Instinct is because he's got a weapon. A lot of the characters do carry weapons. I think a lot of his stealth tactics would definitely transition well here. And I think he would be like just a fun character. He's not really a character known for, outright fighting, but it wouldn't be too hard to transition into Killer Instinct. So yeah. So next up we have Doomslayer. Yep, this is another thumbs up. This is another thumbs up for me, just because it's Doomslayer, and it wouldn't be too hard for them to get the rights to do have Doomslayer as a guest character in the game. Now, as to what weapons he could use, I would imagine like his finishing move would be using the BFG. But as for like a main weapon, I kind of imagine him using the Hell Sword. I imagine him, if they're going to give him a weapon to use in the game, it'd probably be the Hell Sword. And for like combos, he would probably whip out other guns like the shotgun, the pistol, the chainsaw, stuff like that. But thumbs up for Doomslayer. Next up, we have Jack of Blades from the Fable series. This is a thumbs down for me because I know jack shit about this game, about the Fables games. I know very little about the Fable games, so I literally could not tell you for shit if this was a good pick or not. Yeah. So next up we have Terry Bogard from the Fatal Furies and other SNK games. I am going to say this is a thumbs up. I would really like to see Terry Bogard in here. I think he is he's a character who's shown up in a lot of other crossover games, and he has a major legacy behind him. And I also think Microsoft, who do have the rights to Killer Instinct, would be very open to the idea of having an SNK character in here. Terry is just a very plug-and-play character, and again, if you have Rash in your game series, then it wouldn't be that hard to put him in other things. Yeah. So next up we have Charisse from Street Fighter EX. I'd say Charisse Bloody Hokanto would be a neat one. I don't know if she would have the popularity to be in a game, But I think she would be fun, but having said that, I think I'm going to give her a thumbs down, because if you were to pick a Street Fighter character to show up in Killer Instinct, that would not be my first pick. I would go, if you wanted to go with someone like a little more unique, there would be Juri Hanma, there would be Akuma, there would be Cammy. If you didn't want to use anyone outside of Ryu, your pick would probably be someone else. If you want to go, if they picked a Street Fighter character who you would be considered unique outside of Ryu and Ken and Chun-Li, probably be a few other picks before her. I'm just saying. Anyway, so moving on now to Soul Bad Guy from Guilty Gear. Basically, I would say thumbs up. Not because I'm a big Guilty Gear fan, but because I've seen enough of Soul to be like, yeah, I could see him in Soul almost said Soul Calibur, in Killer Instinct. He definitely fits, and plus Guilty Gear's already done a few crossovers, so why not? Next up, we have Cayman Aganar. I have no idea who this is, so I'm unfortunately going to have to put thumbs down. There's a lot of characters in these games. Like, he's telling me that it's like, literally, I don't know who the fuck this is. Anyway, next up is a character I do know, Raiden, and I'm going to say thumbs down. Why? But you're probably thinking, but Multi, Raiden would be perfect, and you just went on about all these other characters. Why wouldn't Raiden be in this game? Because if we're being realistic, there's no way they're going to let Microsoft is going to let a Warner Brothers own character show up in their game. There is no way. Ed Boon really would love to, has talked about loving to have a Killer Instinct Mortal Kombat crossover, or at least having a Mortal Kombat character like guest star in here. But there's no fucking way he's going to let. There's no way Killer Instinct's going to be allowed to put Raiden in a game. So, while realistically it'd be cool, it's a no-go. Next up, we have Tracer from Overwatch. It'd be cool, but I'm not a big Overwatch guy, but yeah, it probably would happen. Next up, we have Nightmare from Soul Calibur. I think this could happen. I am giving it a thumbs up. Nightmare would definitely be a great character to have. I think he would have the reach, and I think his gameplay would transition pretty well into Killer Instinct. I definitely think a lot of that would definitely transition well into Killer Instinct. Next up, we have Joanna Dark from Perfect Dark. I think it's the same thing where like she is from Rare, and that is Crash Bandicoot, but Joanna Dark from Perfect Dark, from what I played, I think she could definitely be very gun-based and some very heavy heavy character. Next up is Homaru from Samurai Showdown. I have no idea. I've never played that game, so I couldn't tell you. Next we have Ryu from Street Fighter. Yeah, definitely Ryu from Street Fighter. Again, if they ever did do a crossover, it'd probably be Ryu first, but yeah. And finally, Heihachi Mishima from Tekken. Heihachi would definitely be, if you were to pick any character from Tekken, it would be someone from the Mishima family. That's always how it's always been. Like, as much as I would love to see... Now, if I had any pull to do a Killer Instinct guest character for Tekken, it would be King, my boy. I would definitely have King in there. But I know, like, it's all about the Mishima family, so definitely focus on them. Anyway, so there you go. Mishima, thumbs up. So there you go, guys. I'd like to thank Jesse Brown for his continued patronage. And yeah, like I said earlier, if you'd like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below. Head on over to my Patreon, where if you hit the 4th tier, you can send me requests for videos to do here on YouTube. But yeah, you guys tell me in the comments below. What guest characters would you like to see in Killer Instinct? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.